Kitchen Table Talk with me, Tina Tate, my boy Malachi Beasley. Yeah, you almost did. I almost did. And my girl to the right, Tamara Johnson. We're so glad you guys took the time out to join us again today. Because, listen, we got a lot in store for y'all, and y'all could be so many other places, but we thank you for tuning in and supporting us here today. Did we have fun yesterday? We had a lot of fun yesterday, right?
It was good.
And I put out a video today earlier. It was a live, one of my lives. If y'all seen it, I put out a live today.
Oh, what?
Listen, on the kitchen. Hello, what are we on? The kitchen table. Malachi, you're gonna have to get a.
You know, Facebook. That's my
Lord.
Oh, that's what they said.
Yes, he does it. But anyway, we're going to talk about that. But anyway, I put the video out, and I was talking a little bit about our tapings yesterday and how much fun we had and how we learned a lot about each other just simply by having conversation. And so one of the things that Malachi learned is he has an uncle.
A whole nother uncle. Not even a piece of uncle. A whole nother uncle that's been living.
You guys, this is what I'm trying to impress upon you. It's not that it was a secret. It's just
it was a secret.
It was not a secret.
This is my first time hearing about him ever.
We just don't talk enough, you guys. We just don't sit down and talk to one another.
I got a peanut, but everybody got a peanut in there, man. I thought I was the one that did it.
You got a peanut.
I got a peanut.
You got a peanut in your life. Uncle Peanut is, yeah.
That's crazy.
So we'll be talking a little bit more about that, but I just wanted to let y'all know this is real, you guys. We need to start talking again. And so some of the tapings that as you guys will see later on, but we talked a little bit about video gaming addiction, and I said some things about the video game addiction being in the DSM, and so I was misquoted, but I was on the right track because they are trying to put it in the DSM.
Well, explain what DSM is.
It's the Diagnostic Statistical Manual for Mental Disorders. So, so that book is the go-to book to determine whether or not you have a mental disorder. So, gaming is being studied to be put in the DSM.
Right.
So they're highly studying, but the latest edition of the DSM-5, which was published in 2013, it was not enough evidence yet to put it in the book, but they're watching you.
Right. So we're just gonna right now just categorize it as what it is instead of what it could be.
A habit, like you said, just
a sport, a habit.
A sport, a habit. Okay, right.
That's what they say.
Yeah, that's what they. So I just wanted to bring that out, and then there was one other thing I wanted to clear up, but I had a little note. Wait a minute, what was this? The video, the website where I told you I took the test to determine whether your loved one is addicted to video gaming. It's called virtual-addiction.com. So you go there if you feel like you have a loved one who's addicted to gaming. And I just put my hand right here because you're next to me.
Nothing else attached to that.
Because remember, here at the Kitchen Table Talk, we really do have a no judgment zone. We really do just want to have conversation to enlighten people, to encourage people to be okay with the space they're in. So, having said that, what are we talking about today, guys?
We're going to kick it off with blended families.
Blended families.
Yeah, blended families. So were you a part of a blended family?
Oh, we are a blended family. Absolutely,
Pretty
yeah.
much. I grew up, whole family's blended business.
Yeah, like I think
So that's actually the norm.
Yeah.
it's become our norm.
It's become your norm.
It's become our norm.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a blended family, especially if it's love attached to it, right? I come from a blended family, so my father has 4 kids from his previous marriages. My mom had 3 from her previous marriages, and they have me, so I'm the only child. So we all lived together for me, when I turned 11, all the way till 17. So that was definitely a blended family, but I also felt like, although I was the baby, I felt like the middle child, right? So, and what did I say about the middle child? They get looked over.
Right, they're usually.
Now that part wasn't so much true when I was a kid, but honestly today, it's the truth. I mean, I know I'm 43, but I feel like the middle
You feel like you're
I'm 43, but I feel like the middle
No judgment here, really.
I'm not judging you. I was caught off guard, that's all.
Because now it's like we're clicked. It's them, it's my dad, kids, it's my mom, kids, and then it's me. But it's my reality and I'm comfortable with it, but it's my reality. Now my daughter, I married and then became a blended family. But I'm good friends with my daughter's father, wife, like good friends. We can go work out together. I would talk to her more than I talk to him. We're good. But on the other end, my ex-husband, ex-wife, does this make sense? My ex-husband, ex-wife, right? So my stepdaughter's mom. She and I, we couldn't really get there. And I know this sounds crazy, but it wasn't me.
Could be you.
No.
Well, in all actuality, she's not here to defend herself.
So
That's your opinion.
My opinion is, because I had that experience with my first daughter's father or stepmother, let's love on each other. That was the same thing I felt should have happened with her, right? But it didn't quite go that way.
So the baby mama, so to speak.
I hate that term.
Well, it's just what it is.
It is what it
It
is.
is what it is.
Why can't it just be the kid's mother?
The kid's mother, but it was the kid's mother. That's what we call it.
Call it
In the kitchen, we gonna call it the baby mama.
Okay, so the
you
baby
already
mama.
know. So y'all didn't have a sticky glue relationship.
No.
It was kind of rough in it. Okay, so here's my question to that, or here's my thought.
Okay.
Typically, my thought is when it's a friction in the beginning with the baby mama, I feel like they still got some feelings. Well, where you want me to say? Because here's the deal. If you done with that man,
Absolutely.
it's a wrap. You ain't finna be
Worried about nothing.
worried about nothing that she's doing.
That is an option. However, there's still another option where people just aren't mature and okay with. They think it's not okay to be okay with the current person, even if there's nothing there. So that comes with wisdom and maturity and all of that.
Right.
I never had. Once I'm done, I'm done.
Right.
That's
the way,
just who I
the way
am.
I see it also is a lot of women that I know or that I've come across, they are possessive. You know what I mean?
Possessive.
Yeah, very possessive.
Territorial.
Yeah, so even if that's
On
not
the kid
their,
father?
yeah, even if that's not their man no more,
Mhm.
they still, they act a certain way around that person or around the people that's involved in it.
To let it be known that I was once hurt.
Yeah.
It's like the men. I pissed on that tree.
Listen, so that's mine.
I'm just saying. Isn't that how y'all
No.
machisto male think of? The ultimate. That's not it.
No.
Really?
We through.
Oh my God.
It's
So
over.
when you're done, you're done.
Oh,
That's
we're
him.
done.
That's him.
We're done.
But okay, but Malik, you don't have a family. You're not married, but
You're
you are a part of a blended
I am, and that's why I was gonna say, would y'all consider that an old school thing, or am I just too young to see that it's gonna be a part of my generation too? Do you think my generation would go into blended families a lot like y'all? or-
Absolutely.
You think so?
People are young having kids nowadays.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So
but-
there's no way around that. If I come in this relationship with a kid,
Mhm.
example, I'm in a relationship, I have a kid, I have kids, he has kids, right?
Mhm.
So at some point, it's going to blend.
I also think though that a lot more millennials are more conscious about having families
Yeah,
these days.
that's what I was
They
gonna say.
really, they're a little bit more conscious about planning. Remember, they live for the day, which is about self.
Okay.
And so they're not, trying to have babies to share.
Nah, yeah. Personally, I don't even like the idea of having a baby mama. That's never gonna be something in my lifetime. If I have a child with somebody, then I'm gonna work to, make that a family and make that a home.
And I commend you for that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do no baby mama and all that other stuff. Nah, I can't.
I commend you for that.
Well, that
That's
is
what the
what you
millennials
definitely
do.
hope that happens in your life once you find somebody. I guess that's why you've taken such a long time to find that right one.
I still got my whole life.
You ready to be a grandmother or you ready to be a mother-in-law?
Oh no, I'm not ready for any of it unless they ready. Because guess what? It's their life. I ain't gotta live it. But I just, I'm just saying though. But from what I see, I don't know a lot about the whole millennial world, and I'm just learning how to do Facebook and all this kind of stuff, and so I'm just now getting connected. Just now, I think me and you even talked about we are disconnected, right?
Oh yeah, very much disconnected.
Disconnected, like, cause their generation and ours is just separate. And so, like I told you before, like, okay, how do we become connected? And I think a part of that is getting into their world of Facebook. But Malik, you ain't even on Facebook. You don't do Facebook and all that. So, okay, what is your excuse? That's a whole nother topic.
But
anyway, we talking about blended
But
families.
that's the thing. If you guys are trying to connect on generations, then that's going to be harder than just connecting on mother-son. Right? So you got to connect there first. And then it makes it easier to talk about the generational thing.
Well, this is why I said yesterday, put me on the
The PlayStation.
put me on the platform so I can see what's going on, people.
Right.
Yeah, so for those of you who wasn't on that show or didn't get to view that show, we talked about video game addiction. Malachi indicated that I just didn't understand the gaming world.
So you suggested.
And I suggested that he include me in the gaming world. So I'm still waiting on the invite on the thing. I'm sure it's a button that I click or something.
That's how it goes.
Okay.
Got it,
Back to the blended families. Malachi, so you said you don't want to do a whole blended family thing. You want your first family to make it work. That is your hope and your desire. So you're not even actually interested in dating anybody with a baby.
No, not at all.
So soon, if a girl approaches you and say, "Oh, I got a baby,"
See, that's the thing. I've been in that situation before. I've dealt with women with kids, and it's kind of funny because a few of them, I kept myself at a distance because I made sure I didn't want to get in too deep because I didn't want to play that role. But one in particular, I was just comfortable with it. So I was, coming over all the time. We spent a lot of time together and we enjoyed each other's space. And eventually, like I didn't even realize it snuck up on me, but eventually I figured it out, like, I'm about to be a stepdad. but you gotta see how I figured it out. So, I'm doing normal things like, taking her to work, picking her son up from school, stuff like that. And I wasn't really thinking too much of it. Like, she just asked me, hey, can you pick up such and such from school? I got you, babe. And I would do it. But one day, I'm at her house, and she got called in to go to work or something like that.
Huh.
And she left me with her son. Can you watch it for, such and such amount of time? I'm like, all right, I got it. I'm watching the kid or whatever, watching the movie, just doing me, little man doing him. We both was cool. He liked me, he looked up to me, so we was cool. We had a good relationship or whatever. But at one point, he just looked up to me and he asked me, like, can I go outside and play? And I looked at him like, why are you asking me? You go outside and play. And then I realized, like, oh, I'm responsible for this little kid.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, what do I do? Like, I started paying change. Yeah, it changed real quick. So after that, I had to fall all the way back.
Oh my God, Lord.
I wasn't ready for that.
You're right here at the kitchen table talk.
He said, can I go outside and play? And I was like, wow, that is way too much.
But Malachi, I don't know if that's more or less a blended family issue versus you just not ready to accept responsibility for another human life issue.
I feel like it's both. I feel like it's definitely both. I'm not ready for no kind of responsibility like that.
Yeah, we get that.
I want my family to be my family. I don't want to look at no little kid and say, or think to myself, that's not my kid.
Well, okay, so now, since you feel that way, how do you feel about somebody that looked at you and said, that's not my kid?
He was my daddy.
That matter.
Yeah, you ain't my daddy, so I it wouldn't affect me.
That didn't affect you at all?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. All right.
Maybe if I was a daughter or something, maybe I would have thought real hard and long about it.
Wait, what?
Maybe if he was a
Cause you
daughter,
know, y'all
girls
like
and they daddies.
Yeah, exactly. Girls like to be daddy's girl or whatever, but nah, I didn't care about none of your little boyfriends.
Yeah, none of my little boyfriends. We're little in front of that's a whole other topic.
I didn't care about none of them.
Okay,
As far
well,
as you are concerned, like, how do you feel about the whole blended family thing? You been a part of?
you know what? Blended families are, I think they can work, but it takes work.
Within, like anything else?
It takes work. You have to be really conscientious, and like I said, if you are already off the bat with somebody that is still trying to intentionally give you grief because they still have some connected feelings that they haven't acknowledged or let go of,
Right.
then it's going to be a problem. But for me, I have never been insecure or had a problem with anyone's mother. In fact, my position is I would never want my child to go somewhere where I'm not welcome, where I can't talk to that person.
Yeah.
I can't go and check on my child, make sure everything's okay.
Absolutely.
Because if I can't do that, then that's a problem.
Yeah.
So then I have always been open for that as well. I invite a mother in, come and see where your child is staying
Yes, you should.
or spending the night. Come talk to me. You should want to.
You should.
You know, because I want to make sure you okay. If I'm feeling some vibes from you,
Yeah.
then I'm not so sure I want my kid to go there with you.
Right.
You
Well,
might be beat my kid or leave him in the closet or something like that, you know. So
True.
I can feel that if I meet you, I want to meet you. So I've never been that so and so can't be around my
Right.
kid and all this and that. I ain't never
We
been
need
like
to
that.
have a relationship, and I'm not saying that we have to be the best of friends.
Yeah,
But some
right.
type of relationship where I can contact you as it relates to my child.
Oh, absolutely.
I know some people are quick to say, well, her or his dad love him enough. They're not gonna have him or her around anyone that's going to do them wrong. But that's that. So what happens when love get in the midst of that?
Yeah, because you don't necessarily always see, especially men. They don't always see.
No, that's just good.
And I will actually say, coming from a blended family as well, my stepmother was always there, the pillar of the house, and she took care of everything. And she, you know, took us in, treated us like our own, and there was never an issue with us as children. And it wasn't until I actually got older that I actually learned to appreciate the role that she played, because I know that's not always easy.
Right.
But I didn't realize that as a kid. It was just stepmom, dad, you know. And so, but as I got older, I realized how
And had your own
difficult.
kids, maybe?
Yes, and had all the other life's experiences
Yeah.
that I
You
realized
take things for granted, but you
Yeah.
don't know as a child. You don't
Mhm.
know. This is just what it's supposed to
what
be.
it's
you
supposed
think,
to be.
You know.
Yeah, and I would be honest, my mother is probably the one that troubled baby mama.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes, Yo Lavera, she's still, and I'd be like, really, 50 years later, lady, get over yourself. Come on, get over yourself.
Yeah.
But to me, that's when you still harboring things that you should have let go a long time ago.
Mhm.
Like if you still got those kind of feelings, and you need to go in the closet and have some conversation with self, and determine what's really going on here.
Determine
you
the
know?
why instead of what.
Yeah, what's really going on here? Am I still having feelings for this man, or did this lady do something to my children that I didn't feel like was appropriate? Like, what is the reason? So, but blended families can definitely work. They have worked for many years, and some of them today, even today, they're even a lot more commingled than they used to be.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them actually all share houses and everything. That's a little different situation, huh? Well, that's a whole other time.
Hey, you saying like the baby mama and the current girl in the same house?
Some people, they got some blended stuff going on.
Woo, good or woo. Well, that's great.
That's wild. I ain't even
stuff out
There's
there.
some stuff out there
There's some
that
stuff out
I'm
there.
surprised about.
I mean, okay, so my question is,
Well, I won't say living, but they take family trips.
that's what I was gonna
They
say.
take family
Where's
trips
the
together.
leniency? Do you let like you say you got your man or whatever and he has his ex-wife, do you let them really go out and be parents together? Like for example, Will and Jada. Jada let Will Smith go on like a vacation with his ex-wife or ex-big mom or whatever the case was. Let him go on a vacation to do whatever. How you feel about that?
I think that's a bit much for me. She might be comfortable with the space
That's
she in.
personal.
Yeah, I think it's a personal preference. If
Yeah.
you trust your husband and y'all whatever agreements that y'all have with one another, to preserve that family
Right.
lifestyle, then I'm okay with
If
it.
you're
But-
with it, yeah.
Yeah, but that's a little much for me
Yeah.
because
And
I
that has
just
nothing to do with trust.
it's
That's not
just
a trust thing.
right. I just think it's a bit much for me.
Yeah.
There's certain actions that's just not necessary.
There you go. I mean,
And I
that's
feel
why.
like vacation ain't necessary at all.
Who'd you say, come over, we can have dinner?
Yeah.
Like, we can have dinner together.
Right.
But she's not the only one. I
No.
think the other lady was what's that other lady name? My God, I can't think. Singer Akila.
Keys.
The keys.
Keys.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a whole little, that's their girlfriend.
Maybe.
Teach me.
What's
What?
Alicia Keys and what's his face? That's like they got like a girlfriend, don't they?
I don't know. You tell her.
I don't know. I'm not gonna put it out there because I don't know all the facts. But that's just something about her.
I was just
Yeah.
saying, I know they do a
Something
whole
about her.
blended family thing too.
Demi Moore.
I don't know how deep it goes, but Demi Moore's, yes. But hers is more like, just
How
sharing.
long is it?
Yeah, yeah. But modern times today,
Anything
it's a lot.
Anything, yeah.
It's a lot.
If
going
you
on.
allow it, it's what you allow. So if you are available for it, it'll happen. If you're not available for it, then it won't happen.
I think it all goes
I'm
to.
all about my lineage, and I want my family to be pure. So I'm not trying to do all that. Maybe that's because I'm young though. I feel like that's when I hit like 40, 50.
And still not married?
I mean, who knows? Maybe I'm getting married, but at that point in time, we just have lived our lives and we came together at that late age, and now we have to build families.
Well, yeah.
But I'm not trying to do that.
Well, what I will say is the probability of having a blended family increases with age.
Yeah.
Because the older you are,
Absolutely.
the more experiences you have, and the circles you travel, you're going to meet more people with experiences in life, and those experiences bring children.
Right.
And so, that's what I tried to tell your sister. She's a little older, and she has that, not too old. She's not too old, but
Come on.
she has that same idea. I don't want to deal with baby mama drama and yada yada. But I had to explain to her, well, the probability of that happening, the older you are, the slimmer those chances are, because now you're meeting older people.
Yeah.
And they're going to have life experiences.
Right.
So you gotta
Right.
either consider it, not that you gotta lower your standard. I'm not saying lower your standard, but don't just completely be closed to the idea that, because you may be closing yourself off to your Mrs. Right or Mr. Right.
Right.
Yeah, because of the fact that they have a child and they have life experiences.
Right.
I got a question. Y'all ever had a boyfriend?
Yeah,
You sure?
yes I am. She's had several.
Several.
This topic is not about Yasmin.
That's another
Several. What?
Yes, yeah. Okay, so this is why we need to talk. You don't know your sister's had boyfriends?
No, she never even had her first kiss.
Oh my God. Okay, here's Daddy.
This is what happened.
Daddy.
Oh,
This is unrealistic
God.
views.
What?
God.
Yasmin don't even go outside.
That is now. She choose to.
She been not go. I grew up with her. What you mean that's now?
Yasmin led a whole popping bottle for a while.
I was there. It wasn't really popping like that. I was there. She was not popping bottles like
They
that.
were popping bottles, but they were out there, the Marina girls, all of them doing their thing.
I remember the Marina
Okay,
girls.
they were doing their thing. They lived, and they still live in all of them. They doing their own thing. Very proud of you girls. Y'all doing good.
Man.
But anyway, so they blended families. Yes, I believe they can work.
Yes, they can.
I
She
believe.
about 40 now.
Who?
Yes.
You still trying to go back to your sister?
Okay, I'm done.
You at least say that for freestyle. Oh my
I'm
God.
done.
You got anything else you want to say about the blended families?
Sorry.
Yeah,
off
I'm
my
with you.
chest.
It works if you do the work.
You do the work. You
have
got to
do the work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make yourself available to it. If that's
But
what
here's
you're
one caveat that we had not discussed about the blended families.
What is that?
Sometimes the work gets a little bit more difficult because the male tend to back up and be like, y'all work that out. you know how they take that, y'all work that
I hear
out.
that more than you'll hear a woman step back and say, y'all work that out.
Because, I guess I mentioned that because sometimes I think the disagreements may call for the man to step up and say, hey, this is my family, this is my new family,
Yeah.
you're my family, and you guys are going to get together. Or you like set the tone.
He has to.
Set the tone,
Yeah.
you know? And sometimes they tend to do that backward motion. I won't call it, I'll just say they tend to want to stay out of it and say, oh, y'all work that out or whatever, you know, because I think I had that experience before too.
Okay.
And I did, I worked it out, you know, I had to, you always gotta, you know, when they go low, you go high.
That's what she said. Yeah.
That's what she said. When they go low, you go high.
Yeah.
But what I have found is that it wins every time.
Absolutely.
It really does win every time.
Absolutely.
And so at the end of the day, you end up coming together and it's like, why was we doing all that? Yeah, I don't know. Why
The
you
real
were.
reason. Why you were.
Couldn't have been you.
It wasn't you.
It wasn't me,
It
though.
Right?
Ain't no way.
But you know, this is what we do. We always talk about it. We lay it on the table.
Yeah.
No topic is too heavy for us here at the Kitchen Table Talk. Hashtag the Kitchen Table Talk. Facebook, inbox us. Tell us what you want to hear about. Tell us what we're doing wrong. Tell us what we're doing right. And anything else, good, bad, or different that you might want to add. Hashtags. Thank you for joining.